Welcome back to the Italian Grand Prix. Just as yellow flags come out at Monza, not entirely sure what for. It's Ratovar in the gravel trap here.
And once again, one of the apexes is out.
And it's another transmission failure.
We've had this 3 times now, or 4?
Yes, 3 times. Two accidents and 3 transmissions. So gearboxes are not holding up
No.
through the race. So there's our 5th retirement so far. As we go back to the front, we have Hunsley. Chaco's in the pit lane. Hunsley leading Sigalakis by 4.1 seconds. We look back and Sigalakis just pulling away a little bit from Rinyaho.
As expected.
Sigalakis really does need to be around, as we said before, if he wants to be ahead of Rinyaho at any point, he needs to be around 16 to 18 seconds ahead by the time he pits. Something that I'm not sure he's going to get. So
no, I think it's quite tough.
He's going to have to pull away as much as possible and hope that he's going to be really quick in the last stint. I mean, light fuel and fresh tyres.
You're going rapid.
Meanwhile, we have Utsa here, and he's got his number 1 driver, Sharp, having a look up the inside of him at Ascari. Probably held his hand out and shook his fingers to try and say, "No, you're not going past me just yet."
Yeah.
As McNamara does a furrow and locks a brake at the Ascari chicane.
I think he lost some ground because he was in 10th the last time I checked.
He may have been. He may have made a mistake. As
Nell
makes his first pit stop of his career.
He went quite the distance.
Yeah, 29 laps before pit. Not a bad effort. We'll see if that'll grab him some extra points.
It would be great for him.
As Hunsley continually building upon his little lead over Sigalakis. But it's not Sigalakis that he's really racing. He's really looking at where his teammate is.
Yeah.
The DTK
That's the most important thing.
The DTK boys were looking at really building upon the reliability of the car before this race. It's obviously a very, very hard race on the cars. And they were looking to make sure that both their guys got through it. And that's good to see because it keeps the championship alive in all the right ways.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm not mistaken, they have the most reliable car.
They've said in terms of if you could quantify it in numbers, they do have the most reliable car. They say.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anybody turn around to take away that claim. So meanwhile, Barrett and Ockelsager, and they collide.
Oh.
Barrett goes straight through. Ockelsager does a donut. Nell arrives on the scene with a bit of pace. As Utsa has fallen behind Nell as well, so he's fallen behind his new signing.
Yeah.
Massive shame there for Ockelsager. He's now dropped a long way back. He's still got a pit to go as well.
Berner did a great job.
Yes, he's definitely been driving quite well, Stefan Berner.
Yeah, the last few races he grabbed some good points.
Qualifying well and racing equal to that.
Yeah.
Entech, of course, had some very good speed at the start of the season. They're on with some good finishes. I believe he got a podium.
Podium in Brazil, yeah.
So the NTEC, it's definitely got a bit of pedigree in it somewhere, and it's just being the matter for Stefan, who hasn't been able. He's had to come up to grips with these cars very quickly. He hasn't been like a lot of the other races they've been in the other simulated championships. Stefan is one of the few drivers that we've had that is a complete rookie to the entire system, and so he's had to come to grips. But now that he has, he's starting to really drive well.
Yeah.
But Hunsley, meanwhile, he's got 7.2 seconds on Rinyaho. That's the magical number we're looking at the moment.
Indeed. At first, I was a rookie. Now I'm still a rookie, but the first race in Australia, I didn't know that much about it. I mean, Leslie said to me, "Will you join my team?" I said, "Yes, indeed." And yeah, after a few races, I really got into it, and now I know all the regulations and how it's done. And yeah,
and not to forget that you signed in on the Formula One series as well. The top class series of the simulated careers, without a doubt, for me. And so you'll be looking for good results there as well. If Formula FG is anything to go by, they'll probably come. They'll come. Nonetheless, this is Rinyaho here. He's dropped a few tenths to Sigalakis now, actually. Wonder if Sigalakis has just hit a point in the fuel load that it's really that he's burned off a bit, or it could be that Rinyaho may have made a mistake.
Maybe is Deal catching?
Yeah, Deal's caught up as well a little bit, so perhaps it was Rinyaho making a slight mistake, a little bit wide at the corner.
Maybe.
That's not what he wants. He needs to be driving perfect laps with that amount of fuel.
For sure.
Giving away 4 tenths for free is not what he wants.
Nope.
As here we have Andy Black and Chaco. Latchlow, Chaco. Two teams that have really struggled compared to their early season form. Monster had a heap of podiums in the first few races, and Viper, of course, won in Malaysia, but recently neither team has looked particularly like repeating that, as Chaco makes a fantastic move down the inside at the Ascari chicane.
Yeah, great job.
But Black will have a look down the back straight, down towards Parabolica. He's up alongside. Not quite close enough, but we'll see what happens down the main straight now.
I think,
Oh, he's just running out of puff there a little bit.
I think he gets the job done.
Strong move. Puts Chaco back down into 14th. And that fight will no doubt flare up again in a few laps.
Yeah. Some really equal drivers.
It's good to see lots of fights up and down the field. Every position can count for some of the teams, as Rinyaho has dropped down to 3.1 seconds behind Sigalakis.
Yeah.
There we can see the gap. It's definitely losing just a little bit by little bit. Hunsley here, so he's got 4.5 on Sigalakis.
Yeah, in a few laps he needs to pit.
Now you can see somebody down the main straight. Trying to figure out if we're catching them all that quickly, because that might be a problem for the car ahead if that's the case.
Maybe.
It could just be the relative pace of this DTK is just...
Yeah, it's just immense.
Whoever that is in front, they're probably in a back marker's car.
Yeah.
As Lintner is a lap down again. Chaco,
Oh.
large lockup. Ooh. He's going to the end on that set of tyres. I wouldn't be doing that too often.
No.
Hunsley here. So he's got 4.7 out on Sigalakis. Pitting at similar times. There is Sigalakis and there is Rinjuho, so that is the gap. Both Sigalakis and Hunsley, if they want to be able to give themselves the best possible chance at getting Rinjuho, they're going to have to really hustle in the next few laps. Next 5 or so laps as they pit, they're going to want to do that, as it's a good move up the inside of his rookie signing. And here comes Chaco and Black, and there is a tap there.
Oh.
Andy Black goes flying through the chicane, and Chaco
bit of
will
a
go
notch.
flying past upper position, as Ockelsager will move past his teammate as well. Interesting move, but the move is done, and Chaco moves on. Hunsley here, he's catching Barrett.
Yeah, still in the lead.
Sigalakis, he'll move past Lintner. .4 seconds to Rinjuho. So it's about 8 seconds between Hunsley and Rinjuho, and it's Rinjuho's driving pretty well at the moment. He's just not letting Hunsley get that little bit too far away.
Nope. What's the gap all in all? Around the
about
10 seconds?
8, I believe.
Alright.
Oop, Chaco, large lockup at the first corner, and he's going to let both the Vipers through, and he'll let his teammate through. Then he'll
I guess we can call that
Hunsley.
justice.
He'll go Sigalakis, no doubt. There we go. Lintner, Rinjuho. Who's in 4th? Deal will be through. There he goes. So that's not worked well for Chaco, but well, you don't want to make mistakes like that at this point in a race.
No.
As I think it's actually closer to 9 seconds between Hunsley and Rinjuho, so it'll definitely be very interesting to see once the top 2 pit, where is Rinjuho in relation to that? Yes, 9 seconds.
Well, I think Rinjo, no, if Hunsley has some good pace at the end, I think he will catch him, but overtaking is another thing.
Indeed. You can catch up the time, but if you can't get past, and they're in the exact same car.
Yep.
But of course, a place like Monza, doesn't matter if you're in the same car, when you're behind in that slipstream, it's a completely different story.
Yeah.
As that is where Rinjuho finds himself right now. He's in the slipstream of Lintner, who's about to be overlapped by the Finn. But that little bit of pace might just be enough to drag him a 10th or 2 closer to Sigalakis, which might be the difference.
Yeah.
But while it's good down the straights to have that Slipstream through the corners. That's dirty air, and that's not what he wants.
No.
As Lintner moves over.
You can gain something in the slipstream, but you can lose something in the dirty air. So all in all, you have around the same pace.
As we'll get a sector split, and that's 4.5. So he's actually lost a little bit of time there, I think, and I think the majority of that was through the second Lesmo.
Yeah.
As Hunsley just blasts past one of the Vipers. That actually makes you rather sad seeing that.
Yeah.
Rinho though, he's down to 4.7 behind Sigalakis. So this gap is now really opening up quite wide. It's probably not going to be enough for Sigalakis, but for Hunsley, it's going to be very interesting, and it could cause both the drivers to be on the same part of the track at one point in the final stint, which means, well, anybody from Melbourne round 2? You never know.
No.
Well, we're at lap 40. Have a look. We got Burner down in 5th still. Here's Nell. He's in 11th.
He only needs to gain one more place.
And it's his boss ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he won't get out of the way that easily.
No, indeed. Hoots is looking for every last point he can get at the moment.
Yeah.
Rinyaho, though, 4.8 behind Sigalakis.
Oh, he's in the pits.
Sigalakis into the pits then. So we can now see properly. Hunsley is 10.7 seconds ahead. Deal's caught up a hell of a lot recently as well. He's only 2.7 down.
Yeah.
It's a shame for him though, because he's coming in this lap.
If I'm not mistaken, Burner's in the pits as well.
Sharp's into the pit lane.
Oh, he's in 4th. Oh.
Here we go. Sigalakis and Engbrink. See what happens here. Engbrink stays up the inside and will move past Sigalakis. Now, I'm not sure if Engbrink still has a pit to go or not. I think he may.
Yeah, it might be.
But that doesn't help Sigalakis in the slightest, really. Hunsley moves past another Viper. And he'll pit. Hunsley's now into the pits.
Very interesting.
So here's Rinyaho. He will move past and he will move into the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Lap 42 of 53 as Deal pits as well. But the question now is, where is Hunsley going to be in all of this?
Yeah. You in the pits as well?
There's
there
Hunsley
he
now.
is.
Oh, and we have a yellow flag somewhere. We'll go to try and find that. It's at the final corner. Sigalakis is moving rather slowly, but that doesn't... Well, he might have gone off. That might have been it. Yeah, he spun there.
Engbrink in the pits as well.
So we'll just have a look at that. He's moved back past Engbrink down the inside. I think he just got on the inside curb, and how he's... Oh, he did tap the wall, but how he didn't take anything off is remarkable. Foro goes past, thinks, oh sweet, there's a position. Then quickly goes into pit lane, and that's, well, effectively that's that position lost. But now Deal has actually moved by Sigalakis as a result of that. So Pablo Deal, I think... No, Engbrink's going to the end.
Oh, quite surprising.
So Engbrink, he's got himself with 12 laps to run. He's got 4.3 seconds up on Deal.
That's going to be interesting.
The hunter becomes the hunted, let's say. Rinyaho,
Yeah.
we'll see how far ahead of Hunsley he is. And it's a 10.1 second gap. I just don't think Hunsley's going to be able to do that.
No. It's a bit far.
And with that, Rinyaho will grab, well, on this basis, he will grab 25 points. Hunsley will get 18. Rinyaho will be a mere 23 behind.
But the last two races is very surprising.
He's got all the form behind him at the moment as well, Rinyaho. He's driving extremely well. Now, he's really got to hope that things go his way, because he needs Hunsley to be off the podium at least once in the last two races, and he needs to win. But
or Hunsley needs to retire one time and Ringo needs to win.
Yes,
and
if he does that, he'll be it.
All...
Ooh, and McNamara goes off there.
What a shame.
I'm not sure where he's got. He's gone off at the Parabolica, it seems. I think he's done just what? Ooh, he just got a wheel on the grass.
Ooh. The special livery not giving any luck to the 2Ks.
Rob Sharp will move by, Utsa will move by, I think Nell might get by, Harvey will probably get by as well.
Yeah.
He should get out back ahead of Andy Black. Massive shame for McNamara. It's not over yet for him.
Nope.
But at the same time it is. He's going to find himself 9.3 seconds behind Harvey. He's in 12th. So here comes Rinyaho, and we'll have a look. Though Hunsley has made up an entire second already. It's only 9 seconds now.
Maybe.
9 seconds with 10 laps to go. If everything goes his way, Hunsley might still be on for it here. So we have Lindner, Chaco. Engbrink, meanwhile, he's got Deal 2.3 seconds behind, so...
Deal's really catching.
Third place for Deal. Will keep him ahead of Rinyaho by 3 points.
So it's very interesting.
In all this, it really seems that Engbrink will probably be the biggest loser out of it all, because he's behind Hunsley, and he's behind Rinyaho, and he's behind Deal, and he's going to possibly be behind all three on the track as well.
Yeah.
Here's Zenfara. Not doing too badly. A little bit wide, keeps it going though. He's got Rob Sharp catching him. Well, he's close behind anyway. I'm not sure if he's catching.
Maybe it's due to the pit stops.
Berners found himself back in 6th after... Oh, Sharp a little bit wide there. Keeps it going though. That's not what he needed.
He needs to get those crucial points for Evo.
Though, with that happening, Utsa's not that far behind. Utsa's 6 seconds behind Faro himself, as we have another yellow flag.
Oh, Lindner.
Lindner and Chaco, so...
They collided, I think.
We've got to remember, of course, that Christian Lindner is I believe he's the younger brother of Mark Lindner, who runs the Monster team. That'll be a very interesting family dinner, I can only imagine.
There will be a battle at home.
one of Mark's drivers. So Chaco reverses onto the track, and Burner moves through a gap that I didn't think existed.
Yeah, really close, really close.
Here we go, we'll get to the corner here. Oh, plenty of room.
Ooh, yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
It looked more dramatic at first.
Lindner will get going now as well. He's going to stop as here comes Foro. Gives him a bit of room. As does Sharp. As does Utsa. Didn't make it any easier for any of them.
Oh. Huh? Oh.
Lindner just testing out to see whether his car could become the next big thing in rallying, I believe.
Yeah.
Harvey moves through. Nal is into 10th place then.
Wow.
For Evo GP in his first race. It's a great effort.
Massive effort.
Meanwhile, Barrett and Black are now having a battle. And not too far behind, Rinyaho might come along for the ride as well. As Hunsley's down to 6 seconds now.
Ooh.
He's moving
7 laps to go.
Extremely quickly.
He says fastest lap after fastest lap.
Engbrink has only got 6/10 to deal.
That is going to be a nice battle, I think.
Here we go, we'll have it's 5.5 seconds. Hunsley's going at about a half a second per sector at the moment on Rinyaho. It's Barrett. Ooh.
Almost.
To say he kept it on the track, well, it's true.
Yeah.
But it's almost not true as well.
Indeed.
There goes Andy Black down the inside. Good move from the Dane. Rinyaho continues to lose time. And this fight won't stop.
No.
Well, it will momentarily, it seems, because Rinyaho's coming to the back of them, so they're going to have to get out of the way. Whether they will is another question. Meanwhile, Deal around the outside, Curva Grande on Engbrink. We'll have a look down the inside.
I think he gets it. Yeah.
Slick move, and the Brazilian
Up to the podium.
He's onto the podium, and who knows, in 2 races' time, that move might be championship deciding.
Yeah.
As Rinyaho will attempt to go past Black, and he gets that done. As we can see, Hunsley is closing so quickly.
He's by far the fastest car on track.
We'll have a look, because Hunsley's got himself 16.7 seconds on Deal in 3rd place. That is the level of dominance that has been witnessed here today by DTK. They did probably profit a little bit from Sigalakis having a little spin at Parabolica a few laps ago. But there is no doubt in that they've definitely been the 2 fastest cars on track.
For sure.
It's down to 3 seconds now, Hunsley. It might have been the lap traffic a little bit.
There he is.
2.7 seconds now. We'll have a look back.
That's really close.
Deals pulled out 2.4 seconds already onto Engbrink, and Sigalakis is catching up quickly as well.
Yeah.
Not sure if team orders are in at the moment for Speedy. Sigalakis might feel that he's got enough to catch Deal on the podium.
Maybe.
As Black moves out the way for Hunsley. So now we have 5 laps remaining.
It's all eaten up now. I think Hunsley might just catch Rinho and maybe overtake him. I don't know, but
As there goes
he'll catch him
Sigalakis
for
past
sure.
Engbrink.
Yep.
Rinho, 1.7 seconds on Hunsley.
And he has a back marker in front of him, so that won't help as well.
It's interesting to see that this is possibly the biggest struggle that DTK have had all races.
Oh,
Engbrink, what a move!
Jesus, what a brave move.
That car was out of control, I'm fairly certain, as he came into the corner. Here he is, up the inside.
Great move.
All over the place, but he goes back past his teammate. Sigalakis is going to have to eat the dirty air through Lesmos.
Although he's closing in. Maybe now? Before the Ascari?
Not quite, it seems.
No.
Oh, possibly. He's up the inside. So is Engbrink. Oh, and Sigalakis.
Oh, what a shame.
He's into the gravel trap. He should be safe from Burner, but he's dropped a lot of time to Engbrink.
This might be the gap that Engbrink needs.
So that almost makes it certain for Engbrink to get at least 4th.
Yeah.
Burner, I don't think Burner will catch, and Rinho has gone past the back mark. But as I was going to say before, it seemed to me that the biggest challenge of the weekend for a DTK car was getting past Tom Barrett just then. Didn't seem to have much speed, just didn't have it in the tyres perhaps. Did Rinho, but he's got past now. Hunsley's just dropped a little bit through going through traffic himself.
Sharp gained 11 places.
As did Nell
as well.
Both the Evo GPs so far combining for a 22 place gain.
Quite impressive.
It's extremely impressive. As Sigalakis taking the wide line.
Burners. Yeah, pretty close.
It's close. Remains to be seen whether it's close enough. But even so, he's got to make up all that gap in a bit over 3 laps.
Oh, there's Hunsley right at the back of Rinho.
And this, for Rinho, he's driven a fantastic race, but this is where that one-stop strategy is probably one of the worst places on the calendar to have tried it. That Monza, it's just so easy to move past.
He got 3 laps, so yeah, I think he will be ahead.
Big question is, will they keep it on the track? Will Rinho cede the position?
Yeah, that would be very dramatic.
I mean, with this, Hunsley will go further into the lead of the championship. He'll almost have it secured. I think.
Rinho won't give up the place easily.
If he wins, he's moving to the inside. They move about.
Thinks better of it.
Rinho holds his position. I think if Hunsley wins today, Engbrink will be losing 13 points. It's going to be very hard for Engbrink for sure. It'll be about 40.
Yeah.
It'll be 45 points down with 2 races to go. 50 points on offer.
GP4 is sometimes pretty weird, but
well, Ockelsager, well, that's just that. Almost made it to the end, but almost isn't quite good enough.
Nope.
Will
he get back into the pits? Yeah, no.
He decides not to go into the pits.
If I was him, I would jump out of the car and just
He might be doing a Kovalainen. Oop.
Oh, oh.
So we'll go back in an effort to find Rinyaho and Huntsley. Here we go then. Through the Lesmos. Rinyaho holds the lead, but Huntsley is now right there. Huntsley looks to the outside.
Impressive.
Looks to the inside, looks to the outside. Nothing's happening.
The last lap is going to... Oh, wow. This is going to be very dramatic.
Huntsley now, he looks to the inside. As we have a yellow flag, I assume that's Ockelsager.
Yeah.
Now then, Rinyaho, he pull... Whoa! Huntsley!
Oh!
A massive mistake there at the Parabolica. He keeps it going. He's nearly taken out by Andy Black then.
Yeah, Rinyo wins this race, I think.
Barring something completely monumental and catastrophic happening, Rinyaho's going to take the race.
Yeah. Big shame for Jack.
We'll go back. So as I look up the inside of his teammate, everything's going fine, then just gets the wheel on the grass a little bit too much and completely loses it.
He's lucky that he's been able to go on.
Whew.
Ooh. He could have been out the race there.
Here comes Andy Black round the Parabolica. He's now full throttle. Ooh. I think Andy Black would have been in the right there. It did seem he saw Huntsley and he moved inside a little bit, but Huntsley came back onto the track. Thankfully, nothing really happened.
No.
But Rinyaho, he now
He's
holds
going to win this race.
9.4 second lead.
His second win in a row.
Deal is driven strongly. He took pole off Huntsley, which is an effort in itself, but he's not going to be able to hold it through the race. Engbrink still holds Sigalakis, but this isn't over either.
Yeah.
Burner's close,
He
but
wants to take revenge.
not going to get it. Foro 7th, it seems. Sharp, Utsa, Nell. So Utsa has found himself in between his two drivers for Evo GP, and it's not a bad thing. Here we go, Rinyaho, he'll come through Parabolica. This race seemed to be sewn up so long ago, but then Huntsley brought it back.
Rinyo.
But instead, Rinyaho will take the spoils.
Fantastic drive, great job.
We find Huntsley will come across in second. Deal will take third. Engbrink.
Oh!
Sigalakis moves up the inside at Parabolica and he'll take his teammate on the final corner of the race. 307 kilometers. Well, it took 306 or so for Sigalakis to overtake his teammate, but he got it done. Chaco will come across a lap down. Foro will be in 7th. As we see, Sharp will come through. Utsa 9th. What could have been for him today? And Nal, well, he's got himself 5.2 seconds on Harvey, so I really doubt anything's going to happen. He's just got to keep it on the track right through here. So far, he seems to. Superb effort. We've had a few rookies come in mid-season, and they've gotten points. But I think Dewald is the first to actually get him on his debut. Harvey in 11th, McNamara will take 12th in what is a bit of a letdown for the team with the special livery. Probably back to silver next week.
Any luck. Shame enough.
And Lindner comes across in 16th. So then, confirmation of the race results. Tapio Rinyaho. He lost a hell of a lot of time through that last lap. Huntsley didn't give up. But he wins the Italian Grand Prix in amazing circumstances over Jack Huntsley and Pablo Deal. With Sigalakis sneaking up the inside of his teammate on the final corner on the Parabolica after 53 laps to take 4th ahead of Engbrink. Burner in another fantastic effort for Entech. Foro, Sharp, Utsa and the debutant Nal will see out the points.
I think Utzer will be happy for his team, but not so happy for his performance.
No, indeed. We look behind there, we have Harvey and McNamara, the 2 final racers on the lead lap. Then we have Barrett, Black, Chaco and Lintner, who are all a lap down. Ockelsager was, well, his engine gave up just towards the end.
Yeah,
The other
shame.
retirements, Rautavaara, Kerinen, Saeed, Dovizioso and Noak. We'll have a quick check of the fastest laps for you. It was indeed Jack Hunsley, of course it was. Just ahead of Deal. And a quick look at the lap chart as well. See where everyone made it up. It was definitely Rinyaho through the first stint. He moved up and was able to just hold it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it was quite the opposite for Deal. You can look at Rinyaho and Deal. They literally swapped their positions through the first stint. I really feel Deal, it's probably a bit lucky.
Yeah.
Somebody that I wouldn't mind having a look at is Utsa. So he definitely made a mistake just here. Because you can see he drops down a hell of a long way and it's a massive fight back from there. But he's able to take 9th, which isn't a bad effort.
No.
Considering how bad it could have been. Well, we better go find the man of the moment. Dewald Nal. And that's just a strong move upwards.
Indeed.
Other than that, might as well have a look. Not too bad. Up to 5th.
No.
Lintner once again looking so strong. Moves up. Moves down.
Yep. That's the story.
That is the story of his season so far. Nonetheless, there we have it, the Italian Grand Prix. Done and dusted. Tim, how do you think it went? All in all.
Yeah. Very dramatic at the end. Hunsley with a crash. Sigalakis overtaking myself at the end. Burner did a great job, and yeah, the Evo GPs also. And I think the man who thought he had a good position, but eventually not, is Ben Utzer.
Yeah. Everything was looking good starting 3rd, even through the first stint. It was looking okay.
Yeah.
All fell away from there. But there we go, the Italian Grand Prix, that's done and dusted. It definitely keeps the championship more than alive, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have a quick estimate on points. Sees Hunsley leading Deal by 20. Rinyaho is 3 behind Deal, and Engbrink
very
with
close.
his points, he finds himself 40 behind Hunsley with 2 races to go.
It's going to be all heated up because between Deal, Hunsley and Rinyo.
For sure. Engbrink is now
let's
definitely
hope.
the dark horse in the top 4, but anything's possible. Hunsley's shown that he's made so many mistakes in the past few races. Very uncharacteristic.
Let's hope the championship goes on to the last race.
Indeed. So then, we thank everybody for watching the telecast today. A big thanks to Tim Engbrink for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
No problems. Hopefully it'll happen again soon. But with that, we'll leave the coverage today. Rinyaho wins in a nail biter at Monza. Thank you everybody, and good night.